Well, hello, everybody. Larry here, and we're here at St. Louis Escape. And you see that right there? That's called a leaderboard, and it's connected with the Stern machines. So you have an app on your phone, you run it over, and then it can record your progress, your high scores, basically all of that. And we're here inside the mini golf. And by the way, I wanted to say that of the ambitious undertaking we are trying to get Transworld, the darkness and Transworld to collide at the same time. Another thing we're going to do is replace this hole right here. That foosball table is kind of beat up and donezo. But let's go in here and look at this alien, because a little bit more got done. You know, one of the things that showed up today is that signifies, yeah, we're getting closer when you start to like put a camera system in. But we also cleaned these off. You can see the bodies inside, the CGIs, and they're going to be part of the puzzle. Just FYI. So we have a lot more to do, obviously, on Alien. We got to hook up all the animatronics, including that one. We got to get all the CGIs in correctly. And look, this is a new one that we just did. See that? Look at this place. Is it not crazy cool? Now, one of the things we got done too is down here. You see how we put the plexiglass in there? And a puzzle goes right there. That's why the top isn't done. But check this out. Is that cool or what? Now, I'm going to tell you guys something. Looks like we got one more TV to put in. Like a big puzzle goes here, a big puzzle goes there. But you know, we're trying to get this thing done, obviously. And you can see in here, this is our two-way mirror. Now check this out. This is kind of cool. And I don't know how it works. Oh, there we go. So there's the two-way mirror. We made it so that that would just slide open in case we had to work on it, right? So we're gonna go back over to the haunted house real quick. But that's the alien update. And so I just wanted to say that we're trying to build one new hole for the mini golf. We are trying to get the alien done. We're also adding more animatronics to the existing darkness. And I will give you an example. Are you ready to see this? Let's walk over here and take a look. Hold on. I gotta go through this door. Alright. Now it is dark in here. But let's show you. We've added a few more animatronics to the darkness. You know, labor is getting very expensive. So we added, where'd it go? We added this animation right here. That's a brand new one right there. Just came in, just added it. And let's show you another one that we just added. It's over here. We haven't installed it yet, but it's up here. These trick-or-treaters from Poison Props. we're gonna cut a hole in this facade and put the trick-or-treaters up against the wall so they'll shoot out. It's actually a really cool animation. However, and I've said this 1,000 times, there's too much length to it. It comes out way too far. You got to take out at least half of those, because an indoor haunt, and I've said this and I'll say it again, Poison Props or anybody making animatronics with a scissor mechanism should ask the haunt the length they wanted to extend. Because an indoor haunt can't have something that extends 8 feet. You just can't. Not to mention the fact that it's putting more stress on the animatronic itself. So in my opinion, the animatronic would be better, like only popping out a foot or two. You get the scare and you move on. Having it extend out 4-6 feet is a waste. Absolute waste. Now, a couple things. We want to talk about Transworld and what our plans are for Transworld. But in the meantime, let's walk around and see what we've gotten done. We started painting this confusing hallway. Of course, we're going to add shredding here so the actor can scare you. We're also going to add stuff coming down in your way to make you feel a lot more claustrophobic. Now I want to say, and we're going to take a look at the back of this. This was complicated and it was really hard to build, was not easy. And then we did this kitchen cabinet that's broken up against the wall. Now we've done this like all through the darkness. We have this in our sewer system. We have a pipe, you got to duck under it. We did it with a tree. We like you to kind of duck under stuff. Now you're not actually going to be ducking under it, but you are going to have to like stay to your far left. Now you're also going to see that we started basing out this kitchen and we kind of have it all done. So let's talk about the vacuum form in here. And you can see we're going to utilize the existing wall over there, although we have to cover it with something. But look how we're utilizing the vacuum form, okay? 2 cinder blocks there, framed in. We're using the windows, which I don't know how this is gonna work out because you can see natural light coming in. See like that light right there. But I just wanted to give the illusion that, you know, this is a boarded up building, an existing building, and you can see out. But you see how you have bricks up top, you have your tile in the middle, and cinder block on the bottom. So this is, but you notice everything is symmetrical, see? Everything is symmetrical, okay? And all of the tile is centered in the center with just two rows of cinder blocks because we're trying to give an industrial feel, okay? And then look at this kitchen, same thing, bricks on the top. Yeah, you wouldn't see the cinder block now, would you? Because it's on the inside and it's covered by the kitchen. So we did buy this and we put that in the middle and I think it looks really good actually. And so one of the things that I like to do with any haunted house we build, see, as you can see, they come into the room. I like natural obstacles. So we want to put like a butcher block right here in the center that they would hit and they would have to walk around. It adds linear walking space. And it also seems like everything's natural. So you will get up against the kitchen, you will get up against the butcher block. You know, we have to extend this over to here. And what we're thinking is I'm gonna buy a transom and put a transom here. Now this hallway, you can see we've gotten it started. It's a handful of slats with plywood. We'll smear a lot of concrete in here to get rid of these hard edges. And then we're gonna put some stuff in between all the slats. We'll paint it nice and nasty. We'll do it to both sides. And then the roof is gonna have like a dome on it. And then you'll hit this wall, same thing, it'll carry on. This is gonna be one of the biggest projects to build this all the way to here. Now we are gonna rip out an archway that you would enter through. and that's a new scare. And then what we've got, or what we're gonna do, is you would come out here and you would hit wine barrel racks, okay? And you'll walk under the wine barrel racks. Under a wine barrel, there'll be a big Unit 70 animation here. You'll walk around it like that and into the next batch of scenes, which right now, as you can see, we're getting closer on the paint, and you can see how you can take this vacuum form and you can really cake a lot of concrete on it, and it really does add a lot to it. And see, we also extended this over there, and you can see how, again, you have a whole piece of vacuum form here, right? And it's been framed on, and then you've got something to break it up, and that's the corrugated steel. Now we are gonna redo this whole clown car in corrugated steel, bolts, things like that. Now, one of the things I do wanna mention is I bought a ton of freezer slats. We're not gonna go make them go to the ground. We're gonna make them go to right here and jagging them up. It actually is way scarier to do it that way. And this is gonna be a barrel maze with lasers and air cannons. And this is gonna be a double door that pushes open so the actor can scare you. And as you can see, again, cinder block, corrugated steel. You can see where the concrete is going on all over the wood. We're gonna put skulls there. We gotta get some more corrugated steel there. And then this is gonna be more skulls. This is gonna be our boiler room. It's not done, of course. I did hire somebody to build the boiler, and they're gonna bring it. It's gonna go right here. There's gonna be a human oven over there, and then there's gonna be two, so like if I'm gonna put a Unit 70 animation right there, okay? And I like to block it in. So I wanna block it in with something natural. So what's gonna go here is two coal cars, you know, like that where you would push around and to put coal in the fireplace. And then you're gonna go up and into the tunnel, okay? So as you can see, there is a lot of work yet to be done. Now, we open for My Bloody Valentine in 3 weeks. Now, we're supposed to go get all the props in from Unit 70 and at the beginning of the following week. So that'll give us 2 weeks to get all the props in. That'll give us time to get all of the carpentry done. Will we get all the theming done, all the lighting done? I mean, maybe very crudely, but we'll see. Because that is the goal. And that's what we're gonna try to do. So, at the end of the day, what we're planning, okay, is to get as much of the carpentry done by the end of this week as we humanly possibly can. So that brings me to why we haven't put tickets for sale. Well, I mean, just look around. I mean, look at this. It's a complete disaster here. I have to feel like very confident that we're going to be able to get this done. And I know that I said that I was hoping by the end of this week I would know, but now I'm actually thinking by the end of next week, the week coming up, that we'll know for sure whether we can get this done or not. And I think the two things we want to try to accomplish by the end of this coming week is this slatted hallway over here with the domed roof, okay? All the odds and ends, and this big room over here. And then that would give us 1 more week to work on this first room, a lot of odds and ends, get all the props in, just a whole bunch of stuff going on here. So it is what it is. So one way or the other, we're gonna decide on opening for Transworld or not by the end of this coming week. And if we decide that we're gonna open, I will remind you, it'll be a behind the scenes tour on Thursday where you start off with the lamp. Now I wanna make one thing clear here. Everything will be optional, okay? What I mean by that, is the LEMP behind the scenes tour will start at 4:30 to 5:15. So if you can make it, you show up. If you can't make it in between those time frames, then you just go right to St. Louis Escape, because that tour would start at 5:30. From 5:30 to 6:30, all the escape rooms will be wide open, and we'll have people in there who will explain everything, the mini golf, the pinballs, everything. After the 6:30, we'll go right below the escape room, and we're gonna have a Q&A about everything that you've seen so far, and we'll talk about the, whatever it is that people want to ask. And then we'll start letting people into the darkness at 7:30. Now we're gonna have barbecue dinner as well. So, and then we'll just put in groups of 25 at a time into the darkness, okay? And then we'll have our retail store open. You can come check that out, how we've expanded it, made it much bigger and actually much cooler. And so there you have it. That's exactly how it's all going to go down. And then on Friday, we would open the darkness live with actors. Saturday, live with actors at the LEMP. Now, with all that being said, I just need to make sure that we can get this thing done by next week. So if you follow our YouTube channel, you'll see the progress, or you won't see the progress. And if I just have to slap this together for Valentine's, ultimately, we'll have to clear everything out, and we might even like reroute them to where they literally bypass a big chunk of it. I mean, I don't know yet. So we'll have to figure it out when we get closer. So I won't know. But if I can pick up the props and get the props in place, and by the way, we're building and painting simultaneously. So, but it's really hard to paint because we're not building as fast as we can paint. So I don't know. We'll see what happens. Hopefully it all works out in the end. But by this coming Friday, you'll know 100% if we're going to open for Transworld. Now, I want to remind you, like, we're actually putting some new stuff in the darkness itself as well. So we got 11 new animations came in from Poison Props, and some of them are going to the LEMP, some of them are going here, and some of them, believe it or not, are going inside the escape rooms. So yeah, that's what's going on. That's where we're at. And I don't want to open for Transworld if I don't think we'll have it done and complete. But I want to mention that it is 100% my goal to have it done and do a tour and put the tickets up for sale in 1 week. That's the goal. That's the plan. That's what we're going to try and do. Now, I'm going to show you a bunch of new props we got from Ghost Ride, because they are absolutely super cool, and we're going to walk over here and take a look at them. And I also wanted to mention that somebody emailed me and said and asked a question. I'm going to answer it. But let's take a look at all these new Ghost Ride props. Look at this. Look how disgusting and gory all this stuff looks. Look at that. Doesn't that look real? It does, doesn't it? Look at that. It's very cool, right? And look at all this stuff. All this stuff is going to find its way into this new haunt. All of it. And there's also a couple animations. Here's one animation from Poison Props right there. This is another one where heads fall from that mechanism right there. And then here's another one where we have to, like, once again discuss how this is too much. It shouldn't even be more than 2. Okay? It really shouldn't be more than 2. If this is going on an indoor haunt, you don't have room. Look how much room you have there that you have to, like, install this animation. And then on top of it, it's going to come out twice as far. A haunt doesn't have that kind of room, not an indoor haunt. These companies, they need to literally It's 2. This thing doesn't need to come out more than like a foot or 2. That's it. You get the scare, you get in people's face, you move on. So anyway, look at all these props. Look at this one. Holy cow. Is that disgusting or what? All right. So this wasn't really a how to build your haunted house part 5 or anything. This was just an update because I am literally getting, I don't know, 5 emails a day asking, hey, why did you put a video online saying you can buy tickets and there's no tickets for sale? What's going on? And hold on. And people have literally said, some people have said to me that they're not even going to come to Transworld if we're not opening the haunt. Okay, I know a lot of people who don't go to Transworld, honestly, and it's like when there's that extra cool event that's happening, you know, it's like an incentive reason to go. Like, for example, we went to the Halloween party show. You know, one of the upsides to going to the Vegas Halloween party show is that it's in Las Vegas. And I think that's why they moved it there, because no offense to New Orleans, I just don't find New Orleans that exciting. They moved it to Houston as well. I don't find that to be exciting. I used to live in Houston. But if you take a show that's not doing very well and you take it to a space like Nashville or Orlando or Vegas or something like that, that's, maybe I will go, you know, because I like Vegas. Lots of stuff to do in Vegas. Oh, and there's River. Say hi, River.
Hello.
River just turned 23, right, River?
Took you a while to think of it.
Yeah, I did figure it out, though. You just turned 23, right, River?
Yeah.
Now, River works in the escape rooms. Now, River, you do realize we're going to do an escape room tour, right?
Right now?
No. During Transworld, if
Oh,
we...
yeah.
Okay, and you're going to get in there and kind of explain how some of the escape rooms work?
Yeah, I mean, if that's my job, then yeah.
Yeah, hey, what is our #1 booked escape room?
Probably Cellar.
And it's the oldest.
Yeah.
Do you think horror escape rooms do really well?
They do very well. Especially in October.
Do we have a lot of people asking about the alien?
Yeah, a lot of people have been asking about it.
Yeah.
But, you know, it's getting there. It's almost there. Finally, they won't have to ask no more.
What did you, what did you come in here for?
Give me this.
What is it?
Somebody picked it up off the ground downstairs.
Oh, that's just trash.
You know what it's about?
No, it's just trash.
It's about Ray Sheets.
Oh, well.
He's filing for unemployment. They want to double check, make sure he's not employed, I think.
Oh, okay. All right, you taking off?
Yeah.
All right. Well, happy birthday, River.
Thank you.
And good luck to you
Alrighty.
on your 23rd birthday. You going home?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be right behind you. I got to make a list of things to do, and then I'm going to be coming home.
Okay.
You want to stay and help me make the list?
No.
You got to get going, huh? All right.
You going to the game?
Yeah, supposedly.
What do you mean supposedly?
Yeah, I got tickets to go watch the Bills beat up on the Chiefs. Who you rooting for?
If you need a +1, you know.
All right, I'll let you know when I get home. Okay, so what I was saying was the what do you call it? I don't even remember what I was saying before River rudely interrupted me. He's so rude, isn't he? But anyway, what I was saying was, and I don't know what I was saying, but seriously don't even remember what the heck I was talking about. But I do know this, that people have emailed me asking me why we haven't put tickets on for sale, even though we have literally told people that we were going to be opening. So I don't know. The truth of the matter is I probably shouldn't have uploaded that video, but we did, and it is what it is. But but what I was saying was some people just don't come to the show. And I know what I was saying. I was talking about incentives of going to like a place like Las Vegas. The Halloween party show is good for Las Vegas because, it's like, do they really need to go? But it's in Las Vegas, so why not? But when you have a show like Transworld for St. Louis, it really does not matter if it was in St. Louis or Cleveland or wherever. It's an important show. It's not a dying show. It's a thriving show. More people come to it every year. And you get new vendors every year, and that's exciting. So the two shows are quite different. I don't think that Transworld Haunted House Show would do well in Las Vegas. Personally, I think fewer vendors would come because it would be too far away from the majority of the vendors. When they get faced with, like, I'm not going to drive from Philadelphia to Las Vegas, I'm going to ship something, they would buy less booths. That's what I think. So it's a different mentality for this industry than it would be for another industry. But anyway, doesn't matter. At the end of the day, it is what it is, and we're looking forward to everybody coming to St. Louis. And I know that people want us to put tickets on sale or let them know one way or the other so they can make plans if they're coming or not. But we will let everybody know this coming Friday. You know what I found is people really do want us to open our haunt, and they want to see all the new exciting props and the sets and the scares, and that they want to experience all that. I probably shouldn't have tried to do something so big, so massive, so over the top. I think what we definitely could have gotten it done the way that I would have wanted to get it done if it didn't include Christmas, Thanksgiving, New Year's Day, plus having to remove TerraVisions, which took on an entire week to do it. So a lot of time was wasted, but it is what it is. So anyway, if you have questions for me and want me to answer them, just leave a comment or send me an email or something. I'd be happy to do it. But somebody who's trying to get in the haunted house business, brand new, sent me an email recently and said, hey, we were thinking about getting in the haunt business from scratch. Should we hire a haunted house consultant? This is what somebody asked me. And they wanted to know if they thought that was a good idea, because apparently there's a handful of people out there who call themselves haunted house consultants. Now, I want to be real clear. This means I'm not talking about somebody who builds haunted houses but yet doesn't own one. Building them is a lot different than operating them. So we're clear, okay? Because building a haunted house, believe it or not, is a lot easier than operating them. Because with operating, you have to do marketing, advertising, you have to create content, you have to manage social media accounts, you have to hire people, you have to manage people, you got to get security. If you run a gift store, you got to man that. I mean, there's a million and one things to operating, okay? So somebody who just builds them doesn't mean they could successfully operate them. I don't believe any of them actually could successfully operate them with no experience. They would learn really fast, probably halfway through the season. Oh man, I shouldn't have done that, and I should have done this. You only learn from doing. But when it comes to hiring a haunted consultant to try to help you get through all the tasks that need to be done, all the I's, all the T's have to be dotted and crossed, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. I'm just going to say this, okay? And I don't mean this to be a cheap shot, but I know one guy considers himself a haunted consultant. I think, and he claims he writes stuff and he does this, and it's like he doesn't build anything, he doesn't operate anything. So to me, would I hire this guy? No. And I think you would be wasting every penny that you spent on them. There's another person who claims they're a haunted consultant, yet they don't build anything, they don't operate anything. Would I hire this person? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I don't believe, and I may be wrong, and maybe somebody could correct me. When I walked the show last year, there's not a haunted consultant, okay? At least not that I can think of off the top of my head. There's people who build haunts. There's people who build escape rooms. But in terms of like somebody that went to the show and said, I am a haunted consultant and this is what I do. I'm not aware of anyone who did that. But I can tell you this. A haunted house is by far the most complicated thing that you can own and operate. And it could absolutely sink you because you think it's going to cost X, but what haunted houses keep doing is keep throwing you curveballs, knuckleballs, sinkers, change-ups, and the lot. So, it's like you have a problem with your city officials, it could cost you another $50,000, $60,000. And one of the things I talk to people who are new at operating haunts, they really don't get the flow, okay? They go into it with the idea that, oh, you got to give them the best possible show, so we got to put them in extremely slow, and then you have this like long line, you don't know what to do, and you're completely lost. So people who do not own and operate haunted houses, number one, they don't even understand the actors. The actors, I've come to learn, especially like over the last 5 years, are completely different than the actors we used to hire 10 years ago, 15 years ago. A lot of it has to do with social media, their Instagram, their TikTok, maybe they want to be an influencer in some way. Everything's different now, okay? And if you're not actually doing it every single year, then you're not learning anything. Talking about it is pointless. And, and I can tell you, if there was, whether it was IAPA, whether it was Transworld or anybody that does seminars by people who don't own and operate haunted houses, and they're going to tell you how to operate them, don't go to that seminar. Not even close. I wouldn't even waste your breath, okay? Because trust me when I tell you, in my opinion, they will not give you the advice that you need to be successful. Now, other industries have experts, and they have data, they have all this, they've done all these studies, and they can share them with you. And I've actually seen some of these people, like for the family fun center industry. And I come to find out, like I'm listening to this one guy, and he's supposedly an expert that you can hire, and he gives you all the numbers. And he basically said that escape rooms are dying and nobody should open escape rooms. I went up and talked to this guy, and I literally said, what are you talking about? Escape rooms are thriving. The reason why a lot of escape rooms have closed since COVID is not because of COVID, it's because of other people opening escape rooms that are doing a much better job. So the standard of an escape room has gotten much higher. The reason why axe throwing has died off is because anybody could do it. When escape rooms first opened, anybody could do it. That's why they've died off, because the people that could actually do it much, much better are literally setting a standard that they don't know how to achieve. So every industry is different, and you can't take everything anyone says and roll with it. You just can't. You got to go to multiple sources. And I just want to say this in closing on this video. You get on Facebook and you see all these people are just freaking out because Donald Trump's the president, and they refer to him, they think he's a fascist, he's Hitler, even though they don't even know what a fascist is. It's so hilarious. Because Donald Trump is the exact opposite of a fascist, because he believes in limited government. He doesn't want to go to war of any kind. Hitler wrote a book talking about how he wanted to go to war. He wanted to reclaim all of Germany's, historic territory. He talked about all kinds of crazy stuff, and people still back this guy. He was a lunatic. Okay? But when you get on Facebook and you hear these people and they say these things that are completely not true, you just have to ask yourself, where are you getting this information? I saw one person say that the wars, in Israel, and the war with Ukraine and Russia started when Trump was president. That's not true. You can literally go to Wikipedia and see the dates, all this stuff happened. But people go on Facebook, whether it's politics, whether it's anything, whether it's sports, it does not matter. Just because somebody says it doesn't mean it's true. You have to do your research, and you have to go to as many people as possible. And the real experts, in my opinion, are the people who are successful at it and doing it every day. So with that being said, thanks for watching the video, and we'll see you next time.